following is a presentation of Roller Hockey TV.
From the rinks in Irvine, California, this is Major League Roller Hockey. As tonight, RollerHockeyTV.net presents this showdown between the Savages and the Cowboys.
Come on. Welcome to Roller Hockey Today, worldwide coverage of your sport and the personalities that make it great.
Hello, everybody. I'm Chris Mansell alongside my broadcasting partner, Mike the Fireman. You know, 6 teams came here to Irvine, California to compete. We are now going to take a look at 2 teams in particular here, Mike. Let's begin first with the Cowboys. Your thoughts on that hockey club?
The Cowboys haven't won a game yet, Chris. We'll see how they do. These guys have been skating since 5:30, so 5:30 to 10:30. They've been out there 5 hours to see how much gas they got in the tank.
And to give you folks at home an idea of just what these players are going through, they're playing 2 15-minute running time periods, then they get about a 15-minute break, and they have to come back and play again. But thus far, the Savages, they're holding up a little bit better right now.
Yeah, they pulled one off just this last game, man. They did pretty well. They were skating well. The other team had to pull their goalie with 10 minutes left to try to keep up, so they won like 5-1 in the last game.
All in all, I got to ask you, though, are you impressed with the conditioning of these players right now?
Oh, this is awesome. I mean, they've been going at it for 5 hours, so to be out there for 5 hours, basically constantly moving without very big change in line, I mean, it's impressive how long.
That's a great point, the constant motion. Another point I want to bring up, though, is that there is more at stake in the long run than just this hockey game. There's a financial stake in this tournament.
Yeah, but they win $500. The winner wins $500.
Right.
Plus there's a $10,000 national, so they get a high seed in.
So there's a qualifier involved.
Correct.
All right, so there you have it. He's Mike, I'm Chris. We'll be back with the call of the game right after this. You're watching RollerHockeyTV.net. And we are underway here in Irvine, and controlling the puck are the Savage in blue. You have the Cowboys in red as that quick shot gets deflected into the corner. Gathered there and looking for an option. Sending back to the line, they'll control. You'll notice a lot of perimeter play here in roller hockey as you see the players in motion. Nice little drop pass here as they move in on goal. Side of the net, they shoot. Oh my, what a quick shot and a goal right off the bat. Terrific diagonal feed down low as you saw the Savage come in and they set up down low and the Cowboys just could not react. Well, that is not the kind of start an 0-3 hockey club wants to get off to, Mike.
I think the goalie got blindsided on that a little bit. I think he was blocked off, so he didn't see the puck very well.
No, not at all. As that is steered aside, in behind the net, centering feet out front. Good deflection. Collected along the backboards, and the Cowboys, they will work their way along the far wing boards. They have a wide open man along the near side. That's Brady Zielinski. As that shot whistles wide, Zielinski will be the first man to it. Out of the corner, Sam Braniff trying to help out. As the boys send it out front, and a nifty save there. It's simply just turned aside by goaltender Nevin Iwitzer. Along the near boards. Cowboys controlling again. This is one of the younger teams, Mike, the Cowboys in this tournament.
So maybe they do have a little bit of gas left in the tank.
I'm looking at these ages. You ready for this? 18, 19, 20, 20, and 20. I have ties in my closet that are older than some of these guys.
That's why I'm not out there, Chris.
Cowboys having trouble breaking out of their own zone. A very aggressive forecheck being applied here now by the South Coast Savage. Along the far wing board, trying to shield the puck with his body was Phil Nielsen. And Nielsen will send it in back behind his own net. Nevin Iwitzer with a head on a swivel, looking for the play to develop in front of him. He's the goaltender to our right. Back down the other way. Cowboys try to cover in the corner. Centering pass gets broken up, and there it is collected by Josh Musty. Musty drops it off in the corner. Good forecheck there as Matt Sarvak was the first man in the vicinity for South Coast. as it's played up the near side. Musty with it again. Good burst of speed. Tries to tuck it in on the short side. Good save. Rebound collected and sent back through the neutral zone. This is how quickly they can counterpunch. Feather pass down low. They shoot and a glove hand save. Well, I mean, in a blink of an eye, Fireman, they went from one end to the other.
That was lightning fast.
Along the near wing boards. Zielinski looking for an option. He's got one, but he fails to get the pass through traffic. Now it's collected. Now they come. Breakaway opportunity here. They'll move it on goal. 3-on-0. Backhand shot. They score. Just like that. Bang, bang. We are barely 3.5 minutes into this hockey game. It is a 2-0 Savage lead.
Young guys need to get on their wheels, Chris, man. They're young, but they just haven't got, seem like they don't have the experience
And
yet.
I think, you bring up a good point. I think that's where the inexperience sort of plays out. You see every player, all 4 guys getting trapped up ice, 3-on-0. There were all kinds of options available for the Savages, and yet they convert once again to take a 2-0 lead. 4 minutes gone here in the opening period. Again, a reminder, we play a pair of 15-minute periods as that one-timer caroms high off the wall and is collected along the near glass. Kevin Tanaka will try to play the puck in deep. Tanaka will give it up along the backboards. Dueling fours, Tanaka and Matt McGrew of the Cowboys clad in red. So you have the Savages in blue, Cowboys breaking out of their own zone in red, played along the near wall. Looking for an option. Puck is played in behind the net. Jacob Musty, the first man there, centers out front as a long wrist shot gets broken up. Rebound collected again. They'll try to move it on goal and tuck it in on the short side, and it caught the side of the net. Terrific opportunity there for Matt McGrew. Savages cool under pressure. Give and go. One-time shot. Here it comes, and they score. Tic-tac-toe. Put a line through it. 3-0. I'll tell you can't get much finer passing than that, Fireman.
Oh, that was nice. That was nice.
It gives you an idea, though, of the skill set of the players that have come to play in this tournament.
The Cowboys goalie is just getting way too many shots, man. There's no way he can keep all those out of there.
Robbie Van Otterloo. It has been a long 5 minutes for Robbie Van Otterloo. My shot count, and this is unofficial, I have 3 goals on 5 shots this far in the game. That's batting 600 in any league, Great if you're a baseball player, awful if you're a goaltender, Let's talk a little bit about the tournament, though. I mean, you were telling me earlier that the majority of these teams that are participating here, Firemen, have come from the Orange County area.
Yeah, out of 5 of the 6 of the teams have come from SoCal here, so out of Orange County. And then I think the other team, the San Diego Hosers, they've come from San Diego, obviously.
Right.
They picked up different players along the way. But I think most of these guys playing together, they've known each other for years, so they've been hanging out together on and off the rink.
Well, I was involved with MLRH when it first came on the scene here several years ago, and it's interesting. I'm looking at players, especially from the Savages. I've looked at players from other teams. I see players today that I saw, 5 years ago. So it's, when you have that kind of chemistry, that you can play together that long, that's why you're seeing the kind of passing game that we're seeing here this far in this game. Very, very familiar with one another. 9:56 to go. Obviously, the Cowboys in red, they burned their timeout, and I think they burned the timeout just to give the goaltender a chance to catch his breath, the poor guy. I gotta ask you, I know you're a big sports aficionado. I know you love many, many sports. You're a big fan, especially of teams in the D.C. area. But have you ever put on a pair of skates? Have you ever played this game?
I've tried ice skating in the not the NHL arena, but I've tried to ice skate, meaning I tried. So rollerblading, no, not so much.
Well, for those of you who ice skate, and for those of you who rollerblade, you know that there are some significant differences, especially in the stopping mechanism. It's totally different. Some of these guys are so good, they could stop on a dime on wheels. It's much easier to do so, believe me, on ice skates than it is on roller hockey as a give-and-go pass down low gets deflected wide, and a counter-punching pass is way out of the reach of Matt Sarvak. Sarvak, again, one of these players that can stop on a dime. You saw him do it right there. Is counter-punching back the other way come the Orange County Cowboys. You know what else also strikes me about these teams, Fireman, is the uniforms, how creative some of these teams are in putting together these unis. Pretty sweet jerseys all the way around.
No, they're nice looking. One team called the Lobsters. They actually look like a lobster, so you will catch them on later on now.
And they're a heck of a team as well. We've been watching him play all night. You see a game of give and go. Nice return pass. Sarvak to the outside, to the inside, and it rolls off the toe of his stick. Sarvak along the backboards. Nice little feather pass to the high slot. All kinds of time as they whistle a wrist shot. And there's Van Otterloo. He's able to get a piece of that with a glove hand, and back the other way come the Cowboys. 3-on-2 if they can hurry. Weaving to the outside, Jacob Musty tries to send it in down low. The pass was intended for Matt McGrew and broken up. What amazes me is how quickly the Savages are able to counter-punch back the other way.
They're on one end or the other, and it seems like a split second, but 2 to 3 seconds actually. But they move from one end to the other like nothing.
You know what I think is really, though, playing well for the players here tonight? For those of you who are not familiar with Southern California, we are in the midst of what is being called an El Nino. In fact, you folks back east got the brunt of our El Nino.
About 2 feet of it there, Chris.
That's right, exactly. It bypassed us because we're desperately in need of the moisture and the rain. Went all the way up towards the D.C. Boston area, and you saw the images last week all over television. You were telling me what you guys got, like 2.5 feet, 30 inches of snow?
Yeah, we have an outdoor rink there in Alexandria, Virginia. There was about 24 inches of snow on it.
Amazing.
So it's going to be a little while before we're playing there.
So as the Savages buzz around the net to complete the thought, it is a very cool, moist night as that wrist shot caught a body and deflects wide. And I think that coolness has allowed the players to hold up a little bit better. I mean, imagine if we had typical Southern California hot weather. I mean, you got to believe these guys would be breaking down a little bit more physically.
Yeah, I mean, we got fans here who are in jackets. And I just came from D.C. Couldn't believe that people were actually wearing jackets.
Yeah, well, you saw the fireman and myself on during our pregame. I'm wearing a jacket. You're wearing a long sleeve hockey jersey. Yeah, there's a little bite to the air here tonight. I got to tell you right now, the Savages are putting on a clinic. These teams are at equal strength 4-on-4, but it looks more like a power play in any other type of hockey game as that pass diagonally gets picked off and a good counter punch back the other way. Feather pass on the backhand by Josh Musty and a quick shot and a terrific save by Awatser. 6:05 and ticking. Again, this, unless you call that timeout, it is a running clock. I'm also impressed by the fact that these guys are basically coaching themselves from the standpoint of they know when to get on and get off the ice. Certainly there are coaches behind the bench, but I mean, I rarely hear, and maybe it's because of the number of games in a short period of time, a guy saying, hey, you've been on the surface too long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody wants to take a bit of a breather. Oh, they shoot, they score. What a terrific wrist shot from the base of the circle, and you saw by the reaction of the goaltender, Nevin Iwatzer, he never saw that shot. And just like that, the Cowboys are finally on the board with 5:15 to go here in the opening frame. 3-1 game, though, Blue on top.
Some of the guys are bending down a little bit there, Chris. I think they're getting a little tired.
You can see the body language. There's no doubt about it. And you know, and the thing about these games is, you know, if you fall too far behind, I mean, it's like going uphill both ways. You know what I'm saying? Brought in over the line, looking for an option. Jacob Musty sends in traffic, backhand shot, and it's cupped against the body of the goaltender, and he'll take the whistle. Got to give these referees a lot of credit, too, because they're seeing a lot of puck here tonight as well. And to their credit, I think that they realize the quality caliber of the player, and they're letting them play. I've seen very few penalty calls here thus far in the tournament.
Very few. They haven't blown the whistle hardly at all. I mean, it's supposed to be a no-check game. I mean, there's a little bit of checking going on, but I think the rest, like you said, are just letting them play.
Right. As the puck is sent up the near wall. Out of a 3-man scrum comes free to the far side. Savage collect and look for an option. You notice the pace of the game is slowed down just a tad here right now. This is sort of one of those moving opportunities for players to catch their breath a little bit. Here comes Jacob Musty up the near side. Check that now, Josh Musty as that tip and attempt down low. This sent wide by Alex Green. Along the back wall, centering pass intended for Musty, hopped over his stick. 2-on-1 back the other way. Give and go maybe. Here comes the shot, and they score! What a terrific wrist shot taken from the base of the circle by Chris Padilla. It whistled over the shoulder of the stunned goaltender, and just like that, it is a 4-1 lead and a 3-goal cushion once again for the Savages. I see you sitting there shaking your head. Do you feel for the goalie just a little bit?
A little bit. Thought the Cowboys were coming back there a little bit, but got that cushion back up. Hope it doesn't put them too far down.
As we get set for the face-off at center court. See play. That's sort of. There's a nice little exchange. Jacob Musty, 89 in red. And then you had the offensive player, Chris Gilman, pointing at one another saying, hey, he's pinching, he's encroaching on the faceoff. And you would think in a 3-goal hockey game, the referee would just want to drop the puck. But, hey, once again, they wait for players to get back in proper position. Nice little poke check defensively on the back check there as the puck is controlled by Phil Nilsson. Pass in the corner, collected in the high slot area. Cutting over to get it, Mike Taish. Along the near boards, Chris Gilman with it again. Now, this is a no-check tournament. But I'll tell you, there's been some pretty big hits doled out. What do you think, Fireman?
I think they'll call it pushing, but looks looks a little bit like a check.
Yeah, right, yeah. It feels like a check, I can tell you that. There's been a run on ice bags here. Jacob Musty, nice backhand pass in the high slot, poke check to side. Shielding the puck with his body and counter punching back the other way, Tristan Gonzalez. Drop pass, quick shot, good reaction by Van Otterloo as he kicked that aside with the left pad. Van Otterloo again is able to cup the puck against the body. So again, a vast advantage in the grade A opportunities, Fireman, here in the opening period for the Savages.
Oh, correct. Like I said, I don't know how the goalie keeps keeping up. He's doing a good job. He's starting to block some of the shots out. I think he's getting a better look, better feel.
Yeah. Face off to his left. Long dipping wrist shot, turned aside. Good pursuit of the puck along the back wall by the Savages as they send it out to the high slot area. Mike Taish will send to the far side. Quick wrist shot sent wide. You know, the other thing I think a lot of people might fail to realize, you notice a lot of these players, they use equipment as a suck and drag move to the inside is turned aside by the goaltender. They use equipment basically from the waist down. Very few players use shoulder pads or anything like that.
Right.
Goaltenders, on the other hand, they're using equipment from head to toe. And in a short tournament like this, where you don't get a chance for that equipment to dry, it gets pretty heavy, as you can imagine by the end of the night. Chance for the Savages to come back with 30 seconds remaining in the opening frame. They're up by 3. Long rising wrist shot, and Van Otterloo just waved at it. Got a piece of it with the very tip of his glove. And the Cowboys counter punch on the short end, 1-on-3. Nice little move to the inside by Matt McGrew as the puck grazes the back of the net. McGrew in pursuit. A backhand shot is gloved at the defense. 10 seconds remaining here in the opening half. Home run pass, opportunity on the near side. Trying to jam on the brakes and cut away was Mike Taish. Taish still with it as time expires. And there you have it. Your thoughts on the opening period of play?
I think the score's pretty obvious, 4-1. Savages are pretty controlling the puck. Young guys are speeding around the court, except they're just playing down on the opposite end too much.
Chris Mattson alongside Mike Weimer, better known as the Fireman, here in Irvine. As we get a little bit of a break, they're going to count us down here about 10 seconds or so and come right back for the second half. Now, I believe what's going to happen now, Fireman, is that the goalies are going to switch ends. So the uniqueness of this is that it actually becomes an easier line change as you look across the surface. Blue will be on the blue side of the rink. It's an easier line change now as opposed to red Previously,
Right.
remember, they had to go cross ice,
Right.
cross center line in order to make those changes before. So it's a little bit shorter game now for both. So while we have a moment, I wanted to talk to you a little bit, Fireman. How did you get involved with MLRH?
Well, I've known the founder and CEO of MLRH, Bill Rowley, for quite some time. Him and I met over a couple of pints as friends do from occasion. So I've been helping him out with some of his games, and came out here to California to help him out and watch some games and meet Chris Madsen.
By the way, I wanted to tell you, I had a chance to watch your show on RollerHockeyTV.net with Lisa. What a fascinating story you guys did in Washington. I could not believe across the street from the White House, there are guys playing roller hockey on weekends.
Yeah, I've been playing there for like 20 years. I mean,
Isn't it amazing?
It's a concrete rink, but still, I mean, they play very well there.
Oh,
Secret Service stroll through there once in a while, but they've been playing for
I
years.
got a kick out of the one guy who said he thinks the Secret Service has been snapping photos of them this whole time to make sure that these guys are legit. But I also want to tell you folks, we're in an election year, and there was a game played between the Republican and the Democrats. I don't know if we want to tip our hand as to who won that game. Just curious to see if the same outcome might come true come November.
I'll see what happens.
Again, the
Well,
fireman
let's say the
not
incumbents
tipping
didn't
his
win.
hand.
The incumbents
there you
did not win.
There you go. You gave it away. I thought you were going to hold your hand on that one. Back the other way. Nice little drop pass. High slot, wrist shot, big save as it's played back into the backboards, and they'll collect, and the Savages will try to cut back the other way. Padilla with the puck. He has won already in this game. Takes the return pass. He likes to fire that wrist shot, and he does. And goaltender Robbie Van Arterloo was able to see it all the way. You know, it's interesting. Wrist shots are so important in this particular game. That is your classic, by the way, indoor offside right there. But the interesting thing is, you know, you see so many kids on an ice rink. Rarely do they practice the wrist shot. They're looking for the big slap shot all the time, or so on and so forth. But here, two elements of the game I'm really impressed with: the wrist shot and backhand play, whether they're passing on the backhand or shooting on the backhand. By the way, I know, Fireman, you're a big fan of a guy who could shoot it backhand or forehand, Alex Ovechkin in the Washington Capitals.
He has a place in Verizon Center right on the ice called The Office. If you watch ESPN, and everybody knows where The Office is at.
The Office is at, that's right, exactly. And I don't know, you know, I hail from Chicago, even though I was the original television voice of the Ducks. Now that I'm with CBS here in Los Angeles, I've gone back to rooting for my Chicago Blackhawks. If you ever want to see what the Stanley Cup looks like, my friend, you can always come visit us in the Windy City. We've got 3 of them in the last 6 years, you know. Of course, I don't mean to brag.
Yeah, we make
You know.
the Caps make the playoffs often.
Yeah, it's getting out of that first round that's the problem, right? Oh, somebody lost the lid. You see the helmet go flying off.
Yeah.
12:30 to go here in the second and final period. Maybe I shouldn't be so quick to say second and final. We've had a couple of overtimes already here.
We're still down 3 goals here, so I haven't seen much improvement yet coming from the Cowboys, but let's see what happens.
Cowboys will send it in on the harder out. Nice little read there, and they've got a man flying on the opposite wing, looking for an option as he heads up ice's Tage. Here comes the pass, but it was broken up by the cutter in the slot, and back the other way come the Cowboys. We pointed out earlier in the telecast that the Cowboys are the youngest team in this tournament. Pass on the wing, brought up the boards. Opportunity here for the Savage on the second drag move, but a nice little read at the defense is able to strip their man, Phil Nilsson, of the puck. Counter punching back the other way. Let me tell you a constructive criticism that I have of the Cowboys. So many times they have, oh, here, turnover. Here they move in on goal, try to go upstairs, and it hopped over top of the glass. So many times on the counter punch, they have had a chance to dish either left or right in an option, but that player with the puck has elected to bury his head and just try to make it in an odd man situation, many times on the short end, And you don't get very far that way, I got to tell you, Fireman.
Now, Mussey's got some good stick play for the Cowboys, but he's not getting a lot of help out there, so he can't do it all by himself.
Right. Here you go again. Look at the numbers. 1 on 3. Going back the other way. This is what I'm talking about. Could be a sign of fatigue. Could be a sign, again, of the relative inexperience of the club. Savage is controlling. Trying to move back to the inside. It's poked, checked aside, and collected in the high slot. This is what the Savages are so good at, as Kevin Tanaka plays a game of catch in the high slot. They're going to wear you down. You see guys with their back turned. That's how much they lull you to sleep before they come driving in offensively. Chris Mattson alongside the fireman, Mike Weimer. Here in Irvine, California. Showdown between the Savages in blue and the Cowboys in red, and the Savages with a 4-1 lead with 5 minutes gone here in the second period. This is what they like to do. They'll play it back into the high slot. They'll look for an option down low. Look at the exchanges. Backhand to forehand. Back to the forehand they go, and once again, goaltender Robbie Van Otterloo, head on a swivel, tries to pick up the puck in the corner. Cowboys looking for an option. They're just desperately trying to get it out of their own zone. 4-man scrum near wall. Played to the neutral zone. Nice little toe drag, but a good recovery defensively. As Mike Taish breaks up the play, and he springs his man back the other way. Savages moving to the outside. They've got Taish in the slot if they want him. Here comes the pass, the shot. They score. Bang, bang, out of the corner, and make it 5-1 now. Savages in blue. Wow. I mean, how do you defend something like that?
9 minutes left, Chris. Looks like you said before. Looks like the Savages are on a power play, even though it's 4-4.
And you spoke earlier about body language. You can tell when the Cowboys get to that bench, guys aren't hopping over the boards anymore. They're sort of crawling over the boards right now. A lot of people are saying, and I know Bill Rowie, the president and owner of MLRH, was telling us too that he thought that a lot of the steam may have been taken out of these Cowboys when they played the Lobsters so strong earlier tonight.
Right, and overtime loss 5-4. And that was.
Oh, here comes another.
And the Lobsters are one of the favorites for the tournament so far, I think.
Oh, there's no doubt. As the Savage tack on another goal, make it 6-1. 8:15 to play here in the second period. You're right. I was watching the Lobsters. I mean, that is a team that looks like what I would call a well-oiled machine right now. You know, and the thing about this game, Mike, too, is the fact that when you're playing well, you want to play again as quickly as possible. Obviously, in a short format tournament such as we're playing in here, you get that wish all the time. But I mean, when you're playing well and winning, you want to get right back out on the surface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Out of the corner, wrist shot, Van Otterloo. Makes the save and counter-punching back here. Now watch again. You got the head man here, 2 men back. He takes the shot, buries his head, takes the shot, and there you see the goaltender at the top of his crease makes a relatively easy save. Catches him right in the breadbasket.
Right. I think I could have stopped that one, Chris.
Let me ask you this. If you were out there playing right now, is there a position that you would prefer? Defense to offense to goaltender? I mean,
I played soccer for a number of years.
Did you really?
I was a forward, so
you were.
I like to
you're
score.
A scorer. You're a scorer. Cowboys down by 5. Pass picked off through the neutral zone. Savages looking for an option. They've got a trailer. That's Tristan Gonzalez. He stripped to the puck. Counter-punching back the other way was Matt McGrew. Now McGrew tried to tuck it in on the short side, and the goaltender was right there to stick with him. Well, I got to tell you, again, you look at that picture frame. You have 1 player in red taking on 3 players in blue, and one of them's the goaltender. They're on the short end almost the whole night.
Every time.
Oh, kick save by Van Otterloo. Counter-punching back the other way. Let's see what happens here.
2-on-1.
2-on-1. Again, the man with the puck takes the shot and elects not to dish it off. I don't know, at least the angles from here looks like the open man has the better angle. I don't know what you think, Fireman. That's just my opinion.
Maybe they won't score too much, Chris.
Well, believe me, that has not been the case thus far. They've only scored once here tonight. And poor Robbie Van Otterloo. This could be what they call a 5-pounder in the NHL. That means when the goalie loses 5 pounds during the course of the night. Nice little poke check to the back wall.
And that's because he's been hit by the puck so many times, Chris.
Yeah, and he's working hard too, let me tell you. Back the other way they come. Drop pass down low, right out of the corner. You gotta love this. When a player comes out of the corner like his hair's on fire and goes right to that net and tries to tuck home a grade A opportunity. Again, Van Otterloo with a grade A save. 3-on-3. Cough it up.
Oh.
Back the other way. Here they come. This is McGrew looking for an option in the slot, but they had trouble controlling the loose puck. Boy, that Matt McGrew, he's got some afterburners on him. Number 4 in blue. McGrew with it again. Looks for an option. Wide open opportunity as that shot caroms high off the top of the crossbar and outside the playing surface. Boy, wide open opportunity at the base of the circle. I know you talked earlier about Alex Ovechkin likes to live in the office.
Yeah.
That's an office pass right there. You know, you get that diagonal feed. Guy lets loose with the one-timer and bang, bang. Goalie has no chance on that when he got a little, what we call in the trade, metallurgic assistance when it hits the metal. 4:25 to go. 6-1, Savage and Blue on top. You're watching Major League Roller Hockey here on rollerhockeytv.net. As the puck is sent in down low, centering feed right through the slot area. Collected along the near. Oh, did you see that? Boy, well, apparently our referees have tucked their whistle in their pocket. They say, hey, it's a 5-goal game. I'm sure if it was a 3-3 game or a 1-goal game, that would have been called for a tripping, but they got away with one there. Savages trying to check on another. Back the other way. Wraparound attempt, and you saw the goaltender failing to get to that post, but fortunately for him, the player tucked it right into his pad, and we'll get a stoppage in play. Stoppage in play, but the clock continues to run. So I got to ask you, Fireman, as we move forward here, I mean, you're looking at a hockey club in the Savages. They're going to pick up yet another win. By our count, this could be their 3rd already in the tournament victory.
Right.
Where do you see them perhaps stacking up come playoff time?
I don't know if they can keep their fuel up and keep hydrated and keep moving. They're moving pretty well now, but like I said, they've been skating for 5 hours plus. So we'll see what happens. I mean, well, got 2 teams that are tough. The Hosers are tough,
and I think the Lobsters are tough. I think they are the creme de la creme that I've witnessed thus far. But I got to tell you, I'm impressed by the Savages' puck pursuit. I'm impressed by their ability to transition quickly, and I'm really impressed by the level of energy. I mean, I'll be honest with you. At this point, you're up by 5. Look at them. They're still on the forecheck. They still have the Cowboys hemmed in their own zone. The Cowboys, again, trying to gain that zone on the short end. Really, if the Savages want to, they could really just hang back.
Well, keep away for a little while.
Right, exactly. And really just grind the clock out, because obviously, what are the possibilities of 5 goals in the next 2 minutes? Nice little pickpocket play there as we come back the other way. Josh Musty along the far boards, stripped at the defense. Musty looks back to the line, and that's going to go rolling all the way in on his own goal. Good aggressive forecheck by Matt Sarvak. Sarvak will peel away, and this will give the Cowboys an opportunity to regroup with under 2 minutes to go in a 5-goal hockey game. Oh, odd man rush here. Quick wrist shot, never got through traffic. Collected along the far wall. Nice little move to the outside. Picking up the angle as he drives back inside with an open net, and a reach back there once again by Van Otterloo. He may have just gotten the toe of that stick on the loose puck. .120 to go in this game.
Van Otterloo's made some good saves. Now, you wouldn't know that by the score being 6-1. He hasn't had a lot of help on D.
No, not at all.
And the puck's been down at his end.
It's been
75%
tilted.
of
As they like to say, the ring's been tilted just a little bit. Along the near wall, controlling. Trying to look for an option is Jacob Musty. You have Josh Musty and Jacob Musty. Josh wearing number 21, Jacob number 89 in red. As time is grinding down, got to see if the Savages are going to still try for another. They do. And Van Otterloo was able to get his chest on that. Centering feed, side of the net, backhand shot, they score. Well, there has been no let-up by the Savages in this game. 7-1 as time is going to grind down. And the referee has come over to the clock and he has motioned to our official timekeeper that, again, it is a running clock. And they may not even drop the puck. They do get the face-off one, and now you see the Savages doing exactly what I told you they may do a couple of minutes ago, and that is they're just going to drop back, and that's going to do it, firemen. It is a final score of 7-1. Savages over the Cowboys, and the Savages head into the semifinal action of this tournament with a little bit of momentum.
For sure, for sure. Let's see who they face next. That's going to be curious.
All right, so there you have it. He's the fireman. I'm Chris Matson. Your final score, 7-1. Savages in blue. Victor, we'll be back with more MLRH action here on RollerHockeyTV.net.
What you want? Come on. Come on.
Welcome to Roller Hockey Today, worldwide coverage of your sport and the personalities that make it great.